Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the program. I hope you're having yourselves a wonderful day so far, and definitely we are here to drive you into the business of the day. Welcome back from Smart Means Business with Joram Paul Sonko. They are giving you what's happening in the current business world here in Uganda. Now let's take a look at the financial markets here in Uganda. You can follow us on our Twitter handle to be part of the show. That is at Smart24, that's our handle. You can also go to our Facebook page, that is Smart24 TV Official, where you can catch the latest content as well. Or you can watch us live on our YouTube live stream at Smart24 TV Live, and as well as our GoTV channel 394 and free-to-air decoder channels, where you can be able to catch the latest content on business. Most welcome to the program. We will kick off the program with the financial markets in terms of stock markets here in Uganda. Quite important to note is the fact that the stock market in Uganda opens at exactly 9 a.m. If we were in the old days before 2015, definitely the bell would be sounded at exactly 9 a.m. and trading would kick off. And right now, trading has already begun at exactly 9 a.m. and it's 16 minutes past 10. So 1 hour and 16 minutes have already passed of trading. And the market closes at exactly 1 p.m. And so for the Ugandans who would want to trade, this is the time for you to start. But Altex East Africa, our partners here, are giving you a chance to do just that, trading using your phone. Now, Altex, in conjunction with MTN and Altex Clearing, and as well as Altex East Africa, they have come up with an initiative which has been dubbed Zaboo. Now, why Zaboo? Because they want to increase the wealth of Ugandans, the common Ugandan, the farmer, the teacher, the engineer, the doctor, the trader in Chikubo. You can now participate in these stock markets simply by dialing *292#. And of course, when you choose option 1, you will have access to securities such as treasury bonds, treasury bills, as well as the stock market, along with other favors. You just have to dial *292# and move into the options. You can either buy, sell, or you can visit your account. You can choose the option to learn more about the products. You can choose 3-year bonds, 5-year bonds, 7-year bonds, and so on. And all you have to do is to refer that bond with a certain amount of money that you would want to invest, and then you use your mobile money, that is MTN Momo Pay, and you will be able to get a notification on your phone that the money has been received, meaning you now own that particular security. Zaboo, my money, my future. Do something new with Altex East Africa. There, definitely, I hope you can get started on your journey of investing and seeing that you do it with the convenience of your phone. And now, if you are a Ugandan out there and you would also want to trade, but maybe you would want to go through a stockbroker, now also Uganda Security Exchange can be accessed via mobile money now by using your MTN line. Simply you have to dial *165# and then go to financial services. That is option number 6. And then after that, you go to option number 5, the Uganda Securities Exchange. And they will be able to give you access to some of the latest securities as well, but mainly on the stock market. And you will have, of course, to give off your identification numbers. That is either your passport identification number or your national identification number, just for identification and opening your Securities Central Depository account. Now, like the bank account works, also the Central Securities Depository account works almost the same way, but just that in this case, this is a store or a keeper of your securities. If you buy a bond, your money goes into this. And if you sell one, of course, if you buy a bond, your money, is credited, your account is credited, and then it's debited actually. And then when you're able to sell and maybe get money from that bond or that other security, your account is actually credited. And therefore, if you open the SCD account, it's free of charge. You don't have to have an initial deposit like many other accounts. All you have to do is to open and wait until you have enough money that you feel that you can invest, and then you can definitely do the needful. Those are the partners we have right now, and definitely the data we produce here is courtesy of the Uganda Securities Exchange, the exchange that's mandated by the government of Uganda to be able to trade securities in Uganda. Now, let's look into the markets as they played out yesterday. This data is as per the closure of the markets yesterday at 1 p.m. Because definitely right now the markets are open and we might not know exactly how they're going to move or how they're moving in real time. But at least from the feedback we get from yesterday's trading, we can be able to predict, we can be able to know how the trading might take place today. Now, yesterday's trading, only 5 Uganda Security Exchange counters were able to participate in trading, and the day ended with, fortunately, 8 gainers and only 1 loser. And I think this was a very good performance, indicated by also the growth in the index. We can see that the all-share index went up by over 3.6 points, like we shall see later on, and that was a 0.29% daily gain to 1,246.9 points. Now, on the counters that really performed well, the gainer who came out on top of other gainers was actually Equity, who came out with a 0.44% share appreciation, gaining to a price of 1,424.71 shillings per share. Equity Bank Limited was followed by Jubilee Holdings, who also gained by 0.44%, and Nation Media Group as well came in the third place at 0.44%, gaining, while East African Breweries came in position number 4 at 0.44%. The only counter on the losing side was actually Wumeme Uganda Limited, and we see that Wumeme depreciated by 0.99%. That was a 2 shillings loss to a price, ending the day with the price of 200 shillings actually, net 200 shillings. So that was a significant drop there for MTN Uganda, Wumeme Uganda Limited, because we can see that this is almost the 3rd day in a row of losing for this particular counter, which began the month with the prices as high as 239, 240, and we're seeing it in the 200s at the moment. But like I said, this doesn't mean Wumeme is going down whatsoever. It just indicates a shift in performance, and we can be sure that definitely the next time you can get the chance to actually sell these shares, they could have appreciated to higher pricings. Definitely we are going to look into that counter as well, its performance, and the performance of the top 3 counters as well, that is Equity Bank, East African Breweries, as well as the other gainers like Nation Media Group. Why it is important? Because before you invest as an investor, you need knowledge on how can I invest in a company that's going to get me returns as as we move forward. You want to make sure that the history of the company is very clear on the stock market to you who is investing, that the company is promising, that the company has good governance. You need to make sure that the company is investable. You're not going to lose your money when you put into this particular stock. Though, of course, sometimes inevitably the stock market is a very volatile market, and you see changes almost here and there every now and then. However, as I always encourage, you must be able to survive on the stock market. It's not something you invest in today and hope for returns tomorrow. It is something you invest in today and hope for returns in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, in the next 4 years. And that's exactly why it is important for you to be a patient investor. You're investing patient capital, money that you're going to need in the long term, money that you want to grow in the long term. And that's exactly what we are all about. If you would want to still gain a little bit more from the financial markets, you can look into the other side of the bonds and other securities. Definitely these are safer and much less riskier. They're not as risky as the equity markets because a government can hardly default on its promise to pay back. And definitely these bonds and bills are issued, they're auctioning almost every after 2 weeks at Bank of Uganda. You can access them either through the Uganda Securities Exchange, that is by visiting their website to find out which bonds they actually have at the moment, or you can actually go through your commercial bank. Your bank, you can actually ask for a certain fixed deposit account, or you can use the treasury bills and bonds that have been, of course, bought by your commercial bank, which of course still comes at an interest. But at the moment, just remember to use Zaboo, as the initiative runs by dialing *292# and being able to trade across East African securities. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we give you the top counters. Can they be investable? Is this just a momentary victory that we are seeing, or they're promising companies? Don't go anywhere. My name is Anthony. Stay with us.